Hello, YouTube. We are back for the attack in relation to Joe Black Box Silver and Bronze. His channel is a great channel. Go check it out. We're back in relation to his adventure comics. Now, last time, if you recall, what we did, I'm multitasking, guys, when I'm filming this. Okay, now I can pay attention. Last time we did a nice dry cleaning, and I put the book on my shelving unit with the small piece of glass that I use. This piece right here. I switched it up this morning because I let the book sit overnight with the small piece of glass. And now what I did was I essentially moved it to my big piece of glass. And believe it or not, guys, if you want to flatten out comics, simple dry pressing with weight does a nice job. So as you can see, the curve, I was able to flatten it out nicely just by using a dry press. I have to be candid to my followers. I also periodically used my Chinese balls. One of them I use, and I shot it quickly with my steamer. Not much, but this is all pre-pressing in Big Bertha. So what I like to do is I like to focus on the sections that have the trouble. So this is my tack iron, and I just gently go over, putting very little pressure on the problemed areas. Now, what will happen is it's a long process with doing the iron, a little steam, and flattening it out, concentrating on troubled areas. And then we will focus on the main pressing, which is going to be with Big Bertha. But some of you may be asking, Jerry, why do you do these steps if maybe you're going to put this book in your humidity chamber? Won't it revert back? The answer is sometimes a little will revert back, this piece that was flipped up. But I feel that this process is a cumulative process, and you have to focus on the area in particular and keep on going back and going back. And each time you do it, the book itself will get better and better. So this is really starting to look nice. So I want to do the back cover. So I have a magazine board, or this may be golden, and I have the shiny section. And we're going to put this shiny section on the cover. And then I'm going to flip it over just like that. You see how amazing that was, how I flipped it over? It takes a lot of skill to do that. Then I'm going to remove another magazine or golden age with the shiny. And there you go. There's the back. See how I did that? A lot of years of experience. Now right here we have a fold. I can feel it because the person must have folded the book. So we have to work on this area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little moisture, a tiny bit, with my steamer. I just put my steamer on. We're going to let it heat up. You're going to hear it go blah, 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 blah. And then we're just going to give a little steam, nothing crazy. And I'm going to use the tack iron then. So here is the steamer. We've all see it's making the noise now. It's heating the water in the reservoir. and it's going to come out any second. And then I'm just going to give a little steam, and then we're going to use it with the tack iron. Now it's a process, like I said. You have to do a little bit, see how it turns out. Do a little bit, see how it turns out. And the more time you put into these pressing maneuvers, the better the book will turn out, in my opinion. So there you go. Some nice steam is coming. Nothing crazy, nothing major, but we're just putting a little steam on the back cover because that is a problemed area. Let me lift it up, and I want to put some steam just like this inside the book, just like that. That's all we need, very little. And now we're going to do some tack ironing, because after we're done with the tack ironing, I'm going to put the big glass on, and we are going then to put a lot of weight on it, and we're going to let the tack on, we're going to let the weight do the pressing. Now it reminds me when Jerry the Jitterbug was a little boy. I wish I was that age again. When I was maybe about 12, 11, maybe a little older, probably about 8th, 9th grade, I had books, golden age books, and I didn't have an iron, a press. I don't even think that was thought of back then. And I used to take shelves and books, encyclopedias, all different flat surfaces, and I used to put my golden age books between the books and just weight it up with a lot of weight, and it used to work. And I use the same principles now in doing this. So I put this midway the temperature with my heat sealing iron. It's halfway right here, and that works well for me. If you want to put it a little higher, I'm sure you can. You want to put it a little lower. I'm not a scientist, I'm just a doer. So I know there's a lot of guys out there that are more scientific than I am, and that's great. I have no issue with that. But for me, I just like to jump right into it and do the work and see if it works. The majority of time it does. You really can't mess up with pressing using a tack iron, in my opinion. You can mess up if you use a lot of humidity or if you use a lot of steam, because if the book gets really wet, you have to be careful with pages sticking and whatnot. So right there, we're working on this corner that is troublesome. And that's about it, guys. That's really all I'm going to do for now. Just like that. And what I want to do is I am going to weight the F out of it. Now, F stands for many different things. It could be Frankfurter, could be Fred, but I have a particular F that I'm thinking of. So I want to put the weight on, and I want to push it down, and we're going to press this. This is a pre-Big Bertha press, and I'm putting my big glass down. Let's do some good old weight. We're going to put 10 pounds in the middle, and then we're going to put another 10 pounds. Why not? And then we're going to put another 5 pounds. The more, the better. Let's put another 5 pounds down. Should we dare to put more weight down? I will in a little bit. So I'm going to keep this just like this. I'm going to keep it overnight. I'm not going to touch it. This is going to stay overnight. And then after overnight, I will take it out, and then you'll see what we're going to do next, because I'm going to put it in my humidity chamber. We're going to be nice and crazy and do that. And I'm going to show you how I do it so moisture seeps in to the whole book. And this book may have to be pressed 2, 3, 4. I may do it 5 times. So it really takes time to do it right, and time is what we have, guys. And I know there are a lot of professional pressers and cleaners out there, and they do great jobs. I'm not talking bad about them, but it's a business when they do it. And when the professionals do it, they're not going to spend weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and pressing and then pressing again, then pressing again, then pressing again, unless they're getting paid for it. And that's a general statement. For us, for the enthusiasts, for the ones who do it on their own books or for the books of friends, and if you care about the hobby, time is free. You have all the time in the world if you can make it. If you have to get up earlier, there's sometimes I have to work and I get up early in the morning, 20 minutes before I'm even supposed to get up, so I can come down and switch out the press, or I can hit it with the tack iron a little bit. So make your time, guys. That's all we have in life that no one can really take away from us, unless you're in prison or in jail. I can name a few other situations, but mainly time is yours. You can make it, even if you feel you don't have time because you're doing a lot of things. You can always make time. So I hope that gives you a little point of view, and I'm going to end this upload. This is going to be the first part of the pre-pressing, and then I'll do a second upload because I want to try to make the upload shorter. So I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, and stay tuned.